All right, let's just get right into it. Have you ever finished a fast food meal and had that thought, how did I end up here again? You know that feeling, right? That sense of being caught in a loop you just can't seem to break. Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on exactly why that happens and lay out a real, actionable plan to break free for good. Does this look familiar? That just frustrating pull towards the drive-thru even when you had totally different plans for dinner? It's like you're on autopilot, and this powerful craving suddenly hijacks the steering wheel. And if you feel that way, trust me, you are so not alone. And here is the single most important thing I want you to hear today. This is not your fault. This isn't about a lack of willpower or you being weak. Let's reframe this right now. This isn't a moral failure. It's a biological and a psychological trap that has been expertly designed. And understanding the science behind that trap is your first step to getting out. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this trap actually work? We're going to talk about brain chemistry and how some companies have spent, literally, billions of dollars to figure out how to use it to their advantage. It pretty much all comes down to this one powerful little chemical called dopamine. When you eat foods that are engineered to be hyper-palatable, that's just a fancy term for that perfect storm of sugar, fat, and salt. Your brain releases a huge wave of it. This isn't just a gentle little good job. It's a fireworks show that screams, yes, this is incredible. Remember this feeling and do it again soon. It's the exact same reward system that gets hijacked by all sorts of other addictive behaviors. And get this, it's not even just about the food itself. The entire experience is engineered to get you hooked. You know, the smell of fries that hits you from a block away, the bright, familiar colors on the packaging, the jingle you can't get out of your head, and of course, the biggest one, how unbelievably easy it is. These are all powerful cues designed to get that dopamine anticipation going before you've even taken a single bite. So, this whole process creates what's known as a habit loop. It's a simple 4-step pattern. It starts with a cue. Maybe you're feeling stressed after a crazy day at work. That immediately triggers the craving for that dopamine reward. Next thing you know, you're taking the action, pulling into the drive-thru. And finally, you get the reward. That dopamine hits and you feel that sense of relief. Every single time you complete this loop, that connection in your brain gets stronger and stronger, making the whole thing feel more and more automatic. Okay, so we understand the mechanism, right? Now let's make this personal, because to break your loop, you first have to be able to see your loop. It's time to become a detective and figure out your specific personal triggers. So seriously, take a second and actually think about it. When do you find yourself reaching for fast food? What is happening in the moments right before that craving really hits hard? Is it a certain time of day, a specific place you drive by, an emotion? Getting really honest about this is the absolute key to taking back control. Here are some of the usual suspects. Maybe for you, it's that 3 p.m. slump at work where you're just bored out of your mind. Or maybe it's anxiety or stress that makes you want something familiar and comforting. For a lot of people, it's just driving past that one restaurant on the way home from work, or that late-night hunger when cooking feels like an impossible task. Figuring out which of these are yours, well, that's a total game changer. All right, let's pivot to the fun part, the escape plan. We've got the science, you've started thinking about your triggers, now we need a strategy. This is your practical, step-by-step guide to actually breaking the cycle. And here it is, the golden rule of changing any bad habit. Your brain hates a vacuum. Just trying to use pure willpower to stop doing something is almost always a losing battle. The most effective strategy is to keep the cue and the reward, but to replace the action in the middle with something that's better for you. So what does that actually look like? Well, say you're craving that greasy burger. The cue might be hunger and stress. The reward you're looking for is feeling full and comforted. The swap is having a protein-rich meal ready to go at home that will actually satisfy your hunger. Instead of that sugary soda, try some sparkling water or an unsweetened iced tea. For that late-night drive-thru run, have a healthy meal already prepped in the fridge. You're still satisfying the same underlying need, you're just doing it with a different, better action. Okay, ready for a challenge? Here is a simple 7-day action plan to get you started. First, think about a 48-hour reset just to break that immediate chemical cycle. Next, 2 super easy tricks. When a craving hits, drink a big glass of water first. You might just be thirsty. And try to eat before you get absolutely starving, because that's when we all make impulsive decisions. But the 2 biggest game changers are preparing some simple meals in advance and this next one. This one is huge. I mean it. The absolute effortless convenience of delivery apps is one of the biggest triggers there is. By deleting them from your phone, even if it's just for 7 days, you are intentionally adding a little bit of friction to the process. You're forcing a pause. And in that pause, that's your moment. That's where you break the automatic loop and get to make a conscious choice. So as we wrap this up, let's just reframe our mindset for the long haul. This journey isn't about being perfect. You are going to have tough moments, and that is completely okay. I want you to think of this as a process of learning and rewiring, not some test that you can pass or fail. So here's the bottom line. You are literally rewiring your own brain. You're weakening those old automatic pathways, and you're building new, stronger ones. And that just takes time and repetition. This has absolutely nothing to do with being weak. It's just the science of how our brains work. Your brain is designed to change, and it can 100% learn this new way of responding.
So let's end right here. Forget about the entire mountain you have to climb, just for a second. Looking at everything we just talked about, what is the one single small step you can commit to taking today? Maybe it's just deciding to drink a glass of water when a craving hits. Maybe it's deleting just one app from your phone. Whatever it is, choosing that one small thing right now, that's how this whole new beginning gets started.